What's up, guys? Coming to you, want to talk to you about Tom King making another mistake. So, apologize for the inconsistency the last week or so. My new full-time job is keeps me very busy. And moving, that does it too. So, I just wanted to throw up a video about all this Tom King stuff going on with the Superman, killing Lois Lane over and over again. And I kind of wait a little bit because, I don't have access to get the book to begin with. So, all this is, not even really me knowing much about it. So I can't actually read it and tell you just kind of what I've heard other people talk about it. And I feel like the whole thing is just kind of overblown. Not to say that I'm suddenly for Tom King, although he seems to know how to write comic books that seem to make everybody angry. So there's that. I guess firstly I'd say I'm not buying the comic books from Walmart. Not because I don't think they're any good, because I'm sure they might be. I think the story plot makes sense to some extent. I want to support local comic book stores, and I just feel like going to Walmart to get it kind of is a backhanded way of getting rid of comic books. I know it's a plan to hopefully get more people into comic books, which I don't know, I don't know how I feel about that. Everybody knows there's comic book stores out there. Really what should happen is Marvel and DC need to get on their game about writing comic books that are similar to the movies. It doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact, but it has to be good. If you have an Avengers Infinity War story, we don't necessarily need the Infinity War story done over and over again, but we do need a good Avengers movie series with the main characters. That's it. That's all you need. You need a good Captain America. You need a good Iron Man, a good Thor. Whatever. DC can hit Aquaman really hard. When Wonder Woman comes out, make sure you got a good writer on Wonder Woman. I'm not saying anything about the current writers on there because I'm not reading them, so I don't know. They may be good, they may not be. I'm not reading them to find out right now. Although I've heard the Aquaman one's been great. So, I feel like, and really I think a lot of it's on Marvel, because a lot of people saw the MCU movies and wanted to go in and, get comic books based off the movies, and then Marvel let them down. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. But, so I'm thing, and that's just my own personal thing. I'm not telling anybody else to. You do you. If you want to, it's fine. I really don't care. It's just personally, I can't do that because I really feel for the comic book store owners that are, ultimately going to be losing or closing if it switches to something like that. Although I feel like the digital sales and the buying it online is infinitely more likely to kill the comic book stores. Although there's something great about a comic book store that you can't get anywhere else. I talked about that in my tribute to comic book stores. Anyways, so I'm not buying them from Walmart. But as far as this the story goes, I do wonder, did you have to write a whole story where, like all of it is Lois Lane dying in horrific ways over and over again. Like, maybe not your smartest idea. You know, I mean, it's not your worst. That's killing Wally and Roy Harper without any problem. I'm not bitter at all. Anyways, but whatever. You know, I mean, sure, I'm sure Superman, if he's trying to call Wonder Woman, Lois Lane is going to worry about her, just like anybody else who calls somebody they care about and they're not answering. But she's a reporter. She's busy all the time. Like, she might take a little bit of time to respond. You know, it's life. Life happens. It doesn't have to be end of the world stuff. I don't know. I don't buy anything from Tom King, really. It's just not worth it for me. Sorry for all those Tom King fans out there. You know, I feel like he's a hit or miss. Sometimes he's great. Sometimes he's not. So, you know, I do think it's ridiculous to talk about the, what is it? They called it the girl in the freezer, or woman in the freezer syndrome, or whatever. You know, that came from Green Lantern, which is an amazing issue, by the way. You know, where Kyle Rayner's girlfriend, he comes back to her, and the villain, I forget who it is off the top of my head, I'm tired, has killed her and thrown her in the fridge. You know, that's a crazy moment in comics. You know, very, very crazy. And you're just like, what in the world just happened? And, you know, it's one thing for you to do that with, like, a random girl that very few people care about, that you've really just introduced. It's another thing to do it with a time-beloved character. Anyways, I don't think it's ridiculous at all to kill a hero's love interest. You know, it makes a lot of sense. Like if you killed off Wonder Woman's Steve Trevor, you know, it would be you know, it'd be devastating for her, and they did. They've done it. You know, and you know, if you kill other characters, you know, love interest or somebody that they really care about, yeah, it brings in views. And by that I mean it brings in people buying the comics. So I think it's ridiculous to complain about it. You know, a lot of the heroes just happen to be men, and their love interests happen to be women. So they're not killing them just because they're women. They're killing them because their love interest is interested in them. That's all. Anyways, so I think that's ridiculous. So the only complaint I have, really, I just feel like did you really need to write like a whole story where you're just killing Lois Lane over and over again? And that, again, I have no personal dog in this fight. I just think it's weird that Tom King would do that. He seems to be great for generating lots of controversy over his books. And so I don't know. Just really, really strange, and I'm really not surprised when Tom King writes something and everybody complains about it. 'Cause oh no, Heroes in Crisis number 3 has a bad cover. Oh no, you know, Heroes in Crisis 1, that was the one that really broke it all. He kills 2 of the greatest heroes ever made, ever written, because Wally's better than Barry by a long shot. Oh, he's killed Lois Lane 100 times in 12 pages. I'm like, stop killing people. I mean, he basically killed Mr. Miracle. No one talks about that. That's because that series kind of faded into obscurity, and nobody cared about it anymore because it was written so terribly at the end. Anyways, I'm tired, so I'm kind of letting loose more than I normally would. But you know, I don't know. This just seems like a ridiculous controversy. I mean, if you don't let your kids read that, you know, that's fine. That's understandable. There's things that I don't personally read because I don't really want some of the stuff that's in it. So I understand, you know, and especially your kids. You want to guard and, you know, protect your kids. So why would you let them, you know, read stuff that you're not okay with, you know? So, and they're young, you know. So I understand that, but is that really like the need for all this backlash against it? I mean, if it had not been Lois Lane, probably wouldn't have been as big a deal. But he had to do it to Lois Lane, and it's all in his head. It's not even a real killing. Like when I first heard it, I was like, he killed Lois Lane. What is wrong with this man? And then I heard it's just a dream. I'm like, well, why is anybody complaining? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about all this. It's a little crazy to me. I'm like, everybody's just getting upset over nothing. So that's all I got. I'm going to try to be more regular now that I've kind of gotten settled in. I've got a bunch of comic books to review. And man, I'm so far behind on comic books. But hoping to get back in it. Me and Lewis were talking about doing a video. He wasn't able to do it yesterday. So that was sad, but we're working on it. So hopefully we'll have a good collab video soon. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.